Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the only thing standing between you and your destiny is not your background, not your education, not even your skills, but your confidence? Think about this. A lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. It is not the fastest. It is not even the smartest. But when a lion walks into a field, every animal moves. Why? Because the lion believes it is king. Confidence gives the lion authority. Confidence is not something a person is born with. It is a cultivated discipline that grows through intentional effort. It does not suddenly appear, but is built step by step through knowledge, preparation, and consistent action. Many individuals believe that confidence is an innate quality, something only a select few possess naturally. However, this belief is misleading. Confidence is a result of deliberate choices, learning, and persistence. A person who desires confidence must first commit to understanding its foundation. Knowledge plays a crucial role in this process. When an individual acquires knowledge, they begin to remove uncertainty and fear. Understanding how things work, what is required, and how to navigate challenges brings a sense of security. Without knowledge, the mind fills in the gaps with doubt and hesitation, which weakens confidence. Learning should be continuous because as knowledge expands, confidence grows. Preparation is the next essential step in developing confidence. No one can feel secure in any area of life without preparation. It is the process of becoming ready for the opportunities and challenges that will come. When someone is prepared, they can step into any situation with the assurance that they have the ability to handle it. The mind becomes steady, the heart becomes fearless, and the body responds with certainty. A lack of preparation breeds insecurity. But thorough preparation creates a solid foundation for confidence. Action is the final and most powerful factor in building confidence. Without action, knowledge and preparation remain incomplete. Action forces a person to put what they know and what they have prepared for into practice. Every time action is taken, confidence is strengthened. Hesitation weakens belief, while consistent movement forward solidifies assurance. Confidence is a muscle, and like any muscle, it only grows through use. The more a person acts despite their fears, the stronger their confidence becomes. Since confidence is a discipline, it must be maintained with effort. It requires a commitment to continual growth, the courage to face challenges, and the resilience to rise after failures. Confidence is not something one acquires once and never works on again. It must be nurtured, developed, and reinforced daily. Those who understand this principle are the ones who remain unshakable in the face of adversity. They do not rely on emotions or circumstances to feel confident. Instead, they cultivate it intentionally, ensuring that it becomes a permanent part of who they are. To build unstoppable confidence, a person must reject the idea that it is something external or unattainable. They must take responsibility for developing it through knowledge, preparation, and action. There are no shortcuts, and there is no magic formula. Confidence is the reward of those who are willing to put in the effort, who refuse to be passive, and who commit to the process. It is not a mystery. It is a discipline that transforms those who embrace it. Once mastered, it becomes the key to unlocking potential, overcoming fear, and stepping into a life of purpose and influence. True confidence is rooted in identity, not in imitation. It is not about replicating someone else's style, achievements, or mannerisms, but about embracing one's unique essence. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they measure their worth against external standards, seeking validation through comparison. However, confidence is not found in becoming like someone else. It is found in fully understanding and accepting who one truly is. Identity is the foundation upon which confidence is built. Without clarity about one's identity, there is always an internal struggle to prove worth. Confidence does not come from external achievements or appearances, but from an internal assurance of value and purpose. When identity is clear, there is no need for approval or permission to be oneself. There is a deep inner knowing that one is enough as they are, without needing to conform to someone else's mold. The danger of imitation is that it disconnects a person from their true self. When someone tries to adopt another's way of thinking, speaking, or behaving, they lose the authenticity that makes them unique. Imitation creates insecurity because it forces a person to rely on an external model rather than an internal conviction. True confidence does not come from copying, but from discovering one's own voice, strengths, and purpose. The moment an individual begins to embrace their uniqueness, confidence starts to grow. There is a shift from trying to fit in to standing out with certainty. Confidence is not about being louder or more visible. It is about being deeply grounded in who one is. This grounding brings a sense of stability that no external force can shake. There is no need to seek permission to exist or to contribute value because confidence flows naturally from a place of self-awareness. A strong identity leads to unwavering confidence because it is not dependent on circumstances or opinions. When confidence is based on imitation, it is fragile, easily broken by criticism or rejection. But when it is built on a firm understanding of one's true nature, it remains intact regardless of external challenges. This kind of confidence does not require validation because it is rooted in an unshakable belief in oneself. Confidence also influences how a person carries themselves and interacts with the world. Those who know who they are move with a sense of certainty, not arrogance. Their presence commands respect, not because they demand it, but because they exude authenticity. When confidence is anchored in identity, it is not performative. It is natural, effortless, and powerful. The key to building this level of confidence is to reject the need for comparison and to focus on personal growth. The more an individual discovers their unique qualities and embraces them, the stronger their confidence becomes. There is no competition when one understands their own worth. Instead of looking outward for approval, they draw strength from within. This is the kind of confidence that is unshakable, enduring, and unstoppable. Fear is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness or failure, but in reality, it is a sign of growth. It appears whenever a person is stepping beyond their comfort zone, moving towards something greater than what they have known before. Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. Every time a person faces fear and takes action, they grow stronger and their confidence deepens. Fear serves as an indicator that there is an opportunity to expand, to develop new skills, and to reach new levels of understanding. It is a natural response to the unfamiliar, signaling that something important is on the other side. Growth requires stepping into places that feel uncertain and uncomfortable, but it is in these moments that confidence is built. Avoiding fear does not eliminate it. Instead, it strengthens its hold. However, confronting fear weakens its power and allows confidence to take root. Confidence is developed through the process of engaging with fear rather than retreating from it. When a person pushes through fear, they prove to themselves that they are capable of handling more than they previously believed. Each challenge faced becomes a reference point for future situations, reinforcing the understanding that fear is temporary and that growth is permanent. The mind begins to shift from perceiving fear as a barrier to seeing it as a doorway to greater strength. A person who consistently avoids fear remains stuck in a cycle of hesitation and self-doubt. Every avoided challenge reinforces the belief that they are not capable. This creates a pattern where confidence weakens over time. However, when a person consistently faces fear, even in small ways, they begin to build momentum. Confidence does not come from waiting until fear disappears. It comes from acting in the presence of fear and proving that it does not define one's abilities. Fear is often rooted in uncertainty, in the unknown outcomes of a decision or action. But growth is impossible without stepping into the unknown. The willingness to embrace uncertainty is what separates those who build unstoppable confidence from those who remain limited by self-doubt. The more a person engages with uncertainty, the more they develop the inner strength to handle whatever comes their way. Confidence grows through experience, and experience comes from stepping beyond fear. The process of turning fear into confidence is continuous. There will always be new challenges that bring a sense of hesitation, but each time fear is faced, the ability to handle it improves. Confidence is not about eliminating fear completely. It is about developing the resilience to move forward regardless of it. Those who understand this principle do not allow fear to dictate their choices. Instead, they use it as a guide, recognizing that where fear exists, there is also an opportunity for expansion. By shifting the perspective on fear, it becomes a tool rather than an obstacle. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, it is embraced as a necessary part of growth. Through this process, confidence becomes unshakable, built on the understanding that every challenge faced is a step toward greater strength and capability. The mind is the central battleground where confidence is either built or destroyed. Every thought, belief, and perception shapes how a person views themselves and their abilities. Confidence is not just about external actions. It begins internally in the way a person thinks and processes challenges. When the mind is conditioned to expect failure, insecurity, or inadequacy, those thoughts manifest in reality. However, when the mind is trained to believe in strength, capability, and purpose, confidence becomes a natural byproduct. The way a person speaks to themselves in their own mind determines their level of confidence. Negative self-talk, doubt, and fear weaken confidence before any action is even taken. When the mind is filled with uncertainty, hesitation follows, and hesitation creates missed opportunities. Confidence is cultivated through intentional mental conditioning, replacing doubt with assurance and fear with conviction. The thoughts that dominate the mind dictate the emotions and actions that follow. Since confidence is a mental state before it is a physical reality, it must be developed through conscious effort. This requires guarding the mind against influences that plant seeds of doubt. The words spoken by others, past failures, and societal pressures all have the power to shape the way a person views themselves. If the mind passively absorbs negativity, it begins to accept it as truth. But when the mind is trained to filter out limiting beliefs, confidence begins to take root. Mental discipline is necessary to build a strong foundation of confidence. It involves replacing negative thought patterns with empowering beliefs. This does not happen automatically. It requires a deliberate process of reinforcing the right mindset. Confidence grows when the mind consistently affirms strength, resilience, and capability. Every thought either builds confidence or tears it down. Those who master their minds master their confidence. The greatest limitation to confidence is often not external circumstances, but internal barriers. Many people hold themselves back because of fears that exist only in their minds. They allow past failures to define them, doubts to paralyze them, and imagined obstacles to prevent them from taking action. Confidence is built by recognizing these mental limitations and actively breaking them. The moment the mind shifts, the results follow. Reprogramming the mind for confidence requires repetition and consistency. Just as muscles are strengthened through repeated exercise, confidence is strengthened through repeated positive reinforcement. The more the mind is exposed to empowering thoughts, the more natural confidence becomes. It is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It is about training the mind to respond to them with certainty rather than fear. When confidence is built in the mind, it manifests in actions, decisions, and interactions. The way a person thinks influences how they carry themselves, how they speak, and how they respond to adversity. Confidence is not a performance. It is a state of being. It is the result of a mind that has been trained to see possibilities instead of limitations, opportunities instead of obstacles, and strength instead of weakness. A confident mind produces a confident life. Confidence is often misunderstood as arrogance, but true confidence is rooted in conviction, not pride. It is the unwavering belief in one's abilities, purpose, and potential, independent of external validation. Arrogance seeks to dominate and prove superiority, while confidence stands firm in self-assurance without the need for comparison. A confident person does not demand recognition, but naturally commands respect through their clarity of purpose and strength of character. A conviction fuels confidence because it provides a strong foundation for action. When a person is certain about who they are and what they stand for, they do not waver in the face of doubt or opposition. This certainty is not based on ego, but on deep-rooted belief. Confidence without conviction is fragile, easily shaken by criticism or failure. However, when confidence is built on an unshakable sense of purpose, it remains steadfast regardless of external circumstances. The power of conviction is that it does not require external approval. Those who rely on validation from others for their confidence are at the mercy of opinions, which change constantly. True confidence is independent of praise or criticism because it is anchored in personal truth. It is the ability to move forward even when no one else sees the vision or believes in the journey. This level of confidence allows a person to persist through challenges without seeking reassurance from others. Conviction also creates consistency in behavior. When a person is truly confident, their actions align with their beliefs. They do not act differently based on who is watching or what is expected of them. Their confidence is not situational, but constant because it comes from within. This consistency builds trust, both in themselves and in those who interact with them. A confident person does not need to prove anything. Their presence, decisions, and actions naturally reflect their inner strength. Another key distinction between arrogance and confidence is humility. Confidence does not mean dismissing others or refusing to learn. In fact, truly confident individuals are open to growth and correction because they do not see feedback as a threat. Their belief in themselves is so strong that they do not fear being wrong or making adjustments. Arrogance resists change, while confidence embraces it, knowing that growth only strengthens conviction. Confidence also impacts how a person handles setbacks. Those who operate from conviction do not see failure as a reflection of their worth, but as part of the process. They remain unshaken because their confidence is not dependent on temporary outcomes. A failure does not break them because they know their value is greater than any single success or mistake. This resilience is what makes their confidence unstoppable. Ultimately, confidence rooted in conviction is powerful because it is not reactive, it is proactive. It does not wait for permission, approval, or ideal circumstances. It moves forward with certainty, regardless of external factors. This kind of confidence is unshakable, enduring, and deeply influential. It does not need to be loud or boastful. It simply exists as a natural extension of one's identity and purpose.